Us fellas have to stop lying to ourselves, especially when it comes to lying on our dick. You started this NoFap November, and you've been on this semen retention journey for a long time, but you still lying to yourself. You think you could still scroll on Instagram and not get any triggers. You think you could still scroll on Twitter and not get any triggers. Everywhere you look on your phone, on the internet, there's some form of adult entertainment that triggers you into releasing your seed. There's another form of distraction. There's a hand that looks at everything we do and where we spend our time. And once we give them our information, our data, they know when to flood our screens with certain images. They know when to flood our screen at certain times and what images to flood the timeline. They know what works to get you on to stay on the app longer, and they know what doesn't. So stop lying to yourself saying you could keep your dating apps while on semen retention. Stop lying to yourself saying you could keep your Twitter while you're on semen retention. You have to know your triggers. Many of us fail at semen retention because we're lying to ourselves. We're not being true, and we don't know how to really get rid of the distractions. We look at other people's journey and we compare ourselves to other people. That's why we fail at what we're trying to do. But this is a demon we must conquer. I teach the young men to start going on semen retention because as you get older, it becomes more difficult to control your urges. It becomes more difficult because you have less time as you get older. Time moves faster as you get older. So as you're a young man, you think you have all the time in the world, but time is flying by like this. If you don't get this urge to always want to fuck something every second, every moment, then this will haunt you. There's many cons when it comes to chasing ass. And it's no reason why, it's no coincidence that we live in an era where men with low testosterone levels is at an all-time high. Effeminized men is at an all-time high. And it's no coincidence that this is the same time when all the X-rated films are coming out. We have easier access to adult-rated films. This is a war on your focus. This is a war on your health. This is a war on your body. This is a demon that's being thrown at you. Left, right, up, down. You go down the street and these girls is half naked. But there's a con to chasing ass. That same con is lower testosterone levels, lower levels of focus. Don't even get me started on releasing all the time, because most men go through an era where they're constantly fapping, constantly releasing their seeds on the sheet, constantly releasing their seeds in that sock they got. Meanwhile, they could have built something. We could have built something. These Jezebels is not worth your energy. They just want your money. Stop keeping them in business. That subscription you pay $10.99 a month for, she doesn't give a fuck about you. She just wants your energy and attention from strangers on the internet. You're throwing away your life force against some bitch that don't even want you. Some bitch that don't even know you. Some chicks don't even appreciate you. But you over here killing yourself. All that protein, that keratin, that's your life force. You got bags underneath your eyes from staring at the screen late at night in your mama's basement. You have no energy, you feeling lethargic. That workout you're supposed to do today, you got distracted by scrolling up and down on your Twitter timeline. A couple videos stopped you, and you was like, nah, only one more video won't hurt. One video won't hurt. Now, 30 minutes later, you're still on Twitter. You're going through the apps. You're going through someone likes just to see more of that content you're looking for. You know, lying to yourself, wasting your time. You have no energy. eyesight bad from staring at the screen. When you're watching these X-rated films, you don't even blink. Your eyes get dry. Your tongue get dry because your mouth open. You thirsty. You like, your mouth dry. All these cons of just for the pleasure of 3 minutes. And I had a scripture from the Bible, and I don't care what you believe in, but there's some truth in this statement. Whoever loves pleasure will be a poor man. He who loves wine and oil will not be rich. And you see that to be true all over the world right now. Even Elon Musk, I think the other day he had a tweet saying, not the other day, but I seen it the other day. He had a tweet saying, you work 52 weeks a year, you work 16 hours a day, and you've been doing this for years on end, and people still call you lucky. People don't want to grind. People think if you do one good deed, they get rewarded right then and there. People think because they're doing what they're supposed to do, they deserve a pat on the back. Nah, this is the law of the universe. Once you start living within the laws, watch how life gives you lemons, gives you lemonade. All of this X-rated, hypersexualized society is affecting our relationships and how we view each other. You no longer don't have to go out and approach women, talk to women. You just go home, swipe left, right, or go shopping on Instagram in hopes of them replying to you. Or you could just pay a subscription or pay a whore to fulfill your duties. But what is this doing to the relationship? What is this doing to the humans in society? This is breeding weak men and grooming women to just rely on their body when they're worth more than that. We're moving into a more materialistic society where women are just here to show off their assets, their physical assets. Men are becoming into material men who just want to showcase their wealth, their money, and then complain about how women only want you for your money. The women complain about how the men only want them for their body, and they complain about the dating pool. Nah, we're doing this to ourselves, people. Once you've been on this NoFap journey, this semen retention, you realize how sick and desperate this society is. I don't want to miss anything, but there's a lot of cons when it comes to this ejaculation. You get bald. You have joint pain, premature aging, all because you're releasing your life force on things, people that don't matter. If you're releasing your life force constantly, you're a lost man. You have to find what wakes you up in the morning. And I'm not talking about that wet. I'm talking about what really gets you out of the bed. So this has been More Studios. If you enjoyed this video, like, share, comment, subscribe. Until next time, you guys be well. 1.